If you're returning subscriber, hey girl, hi my divine feminine, my Barbie. Welcome back to my channel. And for those who are new, hi. My name is Vivi, aka the Mother Barbie. We talk about hypergamy, leveling up, feminine energy, how to unleash the goddess within, how to level up your life in every area of your life, okay? And also self development. So, considering subscribing, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, you ladies. I want to hear you in the comments. All right, so as you can see by the title below, you guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about the power of the word no. I mean, I could end the video here because it's such a powerful statement. And me, myself, being like the nice girl, I've always been the nice, polite girl. I've always been scared to say no, to disappoint people, and why not? But there is a huge power in this because when you learn to love yourself, you also learn to say no to things that deep down you don't want to do, or you just simply learn to set boundaries. So let's break it down. All right, you ladies, I prepared some notes for today's video. And if you're attending the class, please comment. I want to hear from you ladies. I want to know where you're from, what you're doing. Thank you so much for connecting. So I just want to say that this is not only related to relationships. This is also, in business, if you have like a business or if you work somewhere, or it could be also relationship with family members, not necessarily with the man. Although this is very important that you say no to a man, like, because most of you ladies are too nice, and you don't know how to say no if he pushes you to do things you don't like, or you just don't want to come across like you're too much. You might give it away too early because you thinking more of the other person than yourself. So it's very important that, like, I believe that for myself, I speak for myself. Once I learned to love myself, I started to say no to more people and to put boundaries, okay? Because if I have to say yes and then go back home and feel bad about it because I just didn't really want to attend that event, for example, I just didn't really want to go out today, but I just did it because maybe a friend, I didn't want to disappoint a friend, or like someone that I care for, But if the person is disappointed, just like open parenthesis, if you say no, then this person, it wasn't there for the right reasons to begin with. So I just want to explain why saying no is a vital aspect of personal empowerment and boundary setting and leveling up in life, of course. The word no can protect your time, energy, and self worth, which are key to become your best self. And now, I'm not saying now you have to go from saying yes to everything to saying no to everything. Like, balance is key. If there is a birthday party that you don't want to attend, but this is a friend that showed up for you as a close friend, and you have to make an effort. But what I'm trying to say here is, don't be nice and trying to people please, because that can also be a result of abuse. Like, when you were, for example, if you have a cover narcissist as a mother or a father, that as a baby you have to always almost like look for their approval all the time, and you had to always look for their body language to discover if they were disappointed in you or not, or why they were upset, or what you did wrong, and why they're like, their mood was changing, always like on the alert, alert mode, to see if they were upset at you, because a lot of babies, of course, they believe their parents are God, right? And they look up to their expressions to see if um, they're doing something, like if they look at the expression, because they can't talk, right, to see, to seek for their approval. And there's studies too that shows that babies, like if the parents is happy and compliments them and talk to them with the baby voice, like just by the expression, the voice, they feel safe, they feel happy, they feel reassured. But if the parents are always upset, kids, like young kids, not only like, I'm not talking about infants only that can't, talk, of course, and they rely on body languages and expressions to um, communicate with their caregivers. But even when they're a little bit older, I think, they, like, their brain is a sponge, and you create almost like a pattern, and you create in a child's mind the programming for his adult life. So if the kid is, in a sense, traumatized by the fact that their parents are always arguing, or they don't really give the child the love they deserve, the nourishment, the nurturing love that they deserve, they think something is wrong with them. Because how is it possible on a survival, this is on a survival aspect and an evolutionary aspect, the child mind in a subconscious way is thinking, how is possible that my god, my parent, my caregiver is, parents are always right, because they're like god, right? They're there to, I need them to survive, for a survival purpose, because a baby cannot survive without a parent feeding them, because they're not self-sufficient. So once they realize that the parent is always upset or angry, they internalize this, and they think it's because they did something wrong. So I'm not saying this is the case, but most of the time, when a woman is too like of a people pleaser, or say yes too much, is because she doesn't want to disappoint the other person, because she was trained not only by society, because society already trains women to be a bit service oriented, to always say yes, to be nice, not to disappoint anybody. We're already trained to be like this. But if you also had like one of the parents or both parents a bit toxic, not necessarily they had to be narcissists, but me, I had to go, I'm not going to go into it, but that was, for example, an issue that I had to work on myself, like that I encountered, and I had to work on myself with therapy. And why not? Because you know here's the thing, like if you are scared to say no, that someone is not going to be there for you, or they're going to judge you, then that is a deeper issue than you should solve. Like, because I think, like, once you break those patterns that are in your mind, you can finally set yourself free, and you can achieve greatness. Like, you can finally start to thrive in life, if that make any sense. So so why saying no is important for self-improvement? Because what I said, like, you can literally thrive when you start to realize that if you have to put yourself first, and not in an egotistical way, but in a sense that this is your life, and you got one life to live, right? And you don't want to live it by putting other people before you, and then not really doing what you want. And what if you have something important to do, and you don't want to, like, no, it's okay, the other person should understand this when it comes with friendship, lovers, family, and also work. If you have a job, and your boss is trying to convince you that like you should work extra, and keeps pushing your boundaries, like, you should be assertive and push those boundaries back. You should say, no, we agreed, like, my time is valuable, you know and you don't want to get burned out. Like, if you let people burning you out or pushing you to the edge, they will. All right. Also, when you don't say no too much, you are going to attract all these abusers that they see and look at people like you. They literally are hunting for people that are too nice and women that are like too nice. That again, being kind and being a people pleaser are two different things. Like you can be kind and not being like putting other people before you all the time. um but having boundaries, like you can have these two, like this duality, and that's okay. You should have that. You should be kind, but also have that side that if something, you don't want to do something, don't do it. So yeah, there is a power in saying no, because people will start respecting you, respecting your time, and value you when you start valuing yourself. All right. So that's why it's important to for self-respect and for boundary setting. So it's important to maintain your boundaries and emotional and mental well-being. So like I said, this applies to relationship, romantic or platonic, work, and even family. All right. So, and about the burnout thing, like, yes, there are some of you that are missing something because of some childhood trauma or some trauma. Maybe it's not a childhood trauma, maybe it was a trauma, a past relationship, and that made you lose confidence in yourself, and made you maybe you these man was toxic, or it made you believe that you shouldn't ask too much. So because you had a past experience doesn't mean that you have to carry that experience with you in the present and in the future. Okay, just so you know, you just because you had a bad experience, that doesn't mean and doesn't determine your life, unless you allow it to. And like I said, it's important to break those patterns, to really discover a new perspective and how those false beliefs that you have internalized are stopping you from achieving your best self, or to attract more like situations, to attract situations and positive things in your life. Well, when you believe, oh, because I've lived this experience and it was toxic, and why not, then because I had that experience, like every single other experience should be this way. Or it's important to learn from your past mistakes, but also not to be focused on the negatives aspect, because not everyone is the same. Okay, it will be like you make someone else that has good intentions, like in a relationship, for example, to pay for what someone else did to you, which is unfair. And it's almost like, it also happened to me that sometimes you see men, they have not healed, or women too, I can recognize this, like they have false beliefs about certain things, and they keep repeating the patterns, but it's almost like they're really attracting those patterns by thinking about like having this kind of like um selective thinking, and having this, you know I don't know, like keep going backwards, and instead of like thinking through it logically, they just had some bad experience, and they think, oh, every single other human being on earth has to have like those characteristics, which it shows that you're not healed still. Like you need to work on yourself, right? And you ladies, you don't want men like this to begin with, because a man should be already in his divine masculine energy, which means he's already healed. Like he shouldn't come, as a woman should also, like it goes both ways, like a woman and a man, they should get into a relationship when they both have, they're good, they're not like going through issues, in the sense that they have to they have resentment for past relationships, or they should first work on themselves and then find themselves in a relationship already healed and already good, because it's not fair for the person to bring a baggage, number one, into the relationship, and number two is like it's also you're not ready to date. You're not ready to date if you still hate men, or you still hate all women. I don't think you are ready to date, and you will attract those kind of men, like, again, the ones that are not really they're really emotionally unavailable. Yes. So the connection between hypergamy and say no. So selective in relationships. So you should be very selective in relationships. And you guys know, if you are a returning subscriber, you watch my videos, you know how I feel. So hypergamy is about choosing a partner who elevates you, says no to your dusties, or men who are lazy, that got nothing for themselves, going on for themselves, and it's crucial. Okay, so you like I've stated in one of my videos, some of you ladies maybe were like the ugly duckly before, and then you did the work and leveled up, and now you're beautiful and gorgeous. First of all, I just want to say something. A woman is never ugly duckly, in my opinion. Okay, she just improves. But me myself, I'm a late bloomer. Okay, so period. So I'm almost like talking about myself, because even in my 20s, I did not have like a nice shape of body. I started working out later, and then, like, I saw more like men looking at me more and more. And I guess some of you ladies, I'm sure, felt, oh, you still feel like you are the same girl that maybe was a bit chubbier. And I'm just taking this as an example, but doesn't have to, it's not only about the weight situation. Okay, it's in general. Or maybe you improved your looks in general, like you look better, and you fix your something that bother you, and you look better as a result, or you feel more confident as a result. Well, then sometimes, because you were always, maybe you bloomed all of a sudden, let's just put it like that. You were not used to that much of attention. um you sometimes tend to be nice to anybody, like to attention from everyone, like, oh, this person gave me a compliment, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I'm a human too, so I'm gonna tell you my experience. I'm not perfect, throughout my years I've experienced things, so I bring it here to you. um and just like a parenthesis, open parenthesis, one-on-one coaching is available. If you guys are interested in a one-on-one session with me, please don't hesitate to email me. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you with your situation, if with the man, or in general in life, as you level up. And also, I'm starting also to help women leveling up their looks. And I, just as an image consultant, I check the way your skin tone and your like undertone is, and I tell you and give you suggestion on how to exalt the beauty, as I say, and make it even better, So yeah, that's something that I will also publish on my website once it's ready. It's gonna be ready soon. I'm gonna launch it by the end of the month for sure. You're gonna be notified, but make sure you actually follow me on all my social medias, because I will let you know over there when exactly I'm gonna launch my website. And in my website, I will I have my fragrances, so my products, and my class, my coaching program too. All right, so let's get back to the video. Sometimes I get distracted, I get messages from my phone. But yeah, so please, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me here. Okay, let me see if some of you ladies is here. Okay, there are men also. Wow. Hey, John. John, you were watching like so much. One of my first guys on this channel, because predominantly ladies. Like I think it's like 2% men or 5% men. So YouTube analytics said that. So um which I mean everyone is welcome on this channel. Like of course I talk to women because but if a man wants to learn from whatever I'm teaching, please, you know, teach how to be a gentleman in this channel. All right, so graceful boundaries are important. So femininity and the power to say no. No, I'm sorry, I skipped the point. About the connection between hypergamy and saying no. So it's important and crucial when faced with men or relationship that don't align with your goals, value, and standards to say no. Like it's okay to reject somebody. I mean, come on, you should reject someone. Like, and don't give your energy and attention to every single person because then you look cheap in the sense that okay, so a woman whose high value is not really easy to obtain. Like you also, this includes with the sex thing. Like you don't just open your legs to just about anybody. A body, your body's a temple. And this also goes the for men too, because so many men, they are proud to be run through. And I wouldn't want to be with, although I know that, you know, most of men, like they're not like condemned by society if they sleep around with a lot of women. Um, there's no shame actually because they made that rule, of course, the patriarchy. I'm just stating the truth. However, for my personal, my man, I wouldn't like a man that it's takes pride on going and running the streets and maybe who know how many STDs. Mm-mm. It's no, it's a no for me. And also you know, a man has to have emotional depth, integrity, like knows also that his body is a temple. Like when you share energies and your sexual energy with whomever, this hoe and that o and that o at the club, or you know, and or this other hoe at the bar, or like some of them pays for this is gross. Okay, so the key is like someone who values also that his energy, and he finds the pride on being a man. And a real man, it doesn't feel proud into having multiple partners and being like run through by many women. But it's another video topic, so let's move forward. So emotional independence, say no, reinforces that you don't need to settle for less in relationships. It's an act of self worth and self preservation, helping you attract high value partners. Yeah, so when you say no, it's like you give also, like some people test you, like some, most men test you. And I know there are some men in the chat, which I'm gonna read the comments later, but you can also say your opinion. It's a free world where you have your opinion, but men also test, you know, the boundaries at the beginning to see what you are willing to do. And not only men, by the way, also women and everyone in general, like at work, every single person, when they first meet you, they are trying to see what kind of person you are, and if you're someone that would be um, people can step on or not. And again, being feminine and being kind doesn't necessarily mean weak. I made a video about that, so check it out. It's in my channel. But yeah, so make sure you have boundaries and say no to something that, like, if a man does something that you don't like, you are you don't even have to ask for permission. A lot of women who have traumas, they feel like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Or like, I'm sure most men don't think twice because they are mostly thinking about their own benefits and what is beneficial for them. So they wouldn't think twice if you do like a little, like, it could be that he doesn't like your hair or something about you, right? And he's like, I'm out. So most of you ladies gaslight yourself inside your brain to think, oh, so maybe I should have done this, and giving excuses and trying to, because you like somebody. No, it should, if you have to actually check your feelings and how you feel. If you feel bad as a result um of he's something he said, it could be something he did or something he said. If it's something that made you really like, it's a it's a no. Like, it could be as simple as that. Don't wait multiple times till like you and overlook many red flags before you say no. You have to say no right away because you set the standards from the beginning of the relationship. So now we go to femininity and power of no. Graceful boundaries. Saying no doesn't mean being rude or harsh, which I already kind of touched this before, but it can be done with grace and femininity, which strengthen your ability to lead with confidence and authenticity. Correct. Again, being kind doesn't mean weak. You can say things in a nice way, and sometimes when you say in a nice way, they get the person even more because you don't get upset. Sometimes people just want a reaction out of you, and like emotional reaction. But if you are nice, you still overall like composed and feminine, and you're like, you know no thanks, goodbye. You don't need to argue. Actually, you shouldn't argue. You should invest your energy. Just simply know this is not for you and walk away. Period. Confidence in self. Embracing femininity involves being confident in your decisions. Learning to say no builds inner strength and reinforces your identity as a woman in control of her life. Correct. So again, after you say no to something that you really didn't want to do, like, check how you feel like when you say yes. Yes, yes, okay. And you, like, I'm sure you have this inner dialogue where you feel, gosh, why did I say yes? Like, you beat yourself up, like, you're like, feel really bad about this, the, the fact that you say yes, that your choice, like, I don't even want to go there. Why did I say that I want to go? Why did I say yes? And now you're basically finding yourself in a situation you didn't want to do, or maybe you're saying yes to 3 4 people, and now you have basically other people are controlling your schedule and your life. All right. No, this also reinforces your self-confidence when you say no, because not only people respect your time more, but also you feel like, okay, now I got shit to do. I mean, I cannot just do whatever other people want me to do, basically. um and that also, I just want to say something, like, it came like in my mind. So even if you like a man very very much, let's say, and this is what I don't really like in certain women that I see, even friends that I had in the past, that they have a man, they start dating a man that they really like, and they forget about the other things, like the outside world or activities, or they don't have any more, like, they drop the hobbies, they drop the friends, like, what the hell, what the hell. So if a man like, they had a plan, but if the man is calling them, they run, which is, to me, only in a codependent relationship they'll thrive, where there is a toxicity going on. And like, but to be, I really like to not have a life and not having anything, or having just everything revolves around my man. But also, it's disrespectful if you have friends, like, I felt really hurt by some of my former friends that they found a boyfriend, and they just like, they will cancel. We have in Italy the March 8th, we celebrate the woman. Yeah, it's a woman day. Yeah, International Woman Day. Yeah, March 8th, same day, right here in the US. And they'll cancel the plan for March 8th. Hello. I mean, I'm not saying that as a friend you have to be in the business of the couple. However, Jesus Christ, even if you like a man so much, don't show yourself so much availability, because it's okay. Like if you have something important to do, to reschedule. Like if he likes you, you understand. Like don't be afraid like to lose anybody. And if he wants, like, no, that's no for me. If he says, oh, now it's good to prioritize him as a man, your man. Not say no, but also dropping friends and dropping activities, um, even like fitness or things like that in general, work activities for the man. This is not good. Okay. So how saying no helps you level up? Focus on priorities, first of all. By saying no to distraction, you focus on what truly matters in your personal growth journey, whether that's a career, health, or relationship, and elevate your circle. That is also applies to friends that you outgrew, and they could be friends from high school, but they just didn't do the work. And maybe you were friends as kids, but they just didn't work on themselves, so now you really have nothing to share, nothing in common, and that's okay. You could be acquaintances, but that doesn't obligate you to hang out with that just because you knew them from high school, if that makes sense. If you have nothing really in common, or you can be nice again, not be a jerk, but say no really to situation that drain your energy or don't align with your goals. It's really important, so you should always surround yourself with people who are either that are better than you, or they are like at your level, and you have something to share, and then you motivate each others to grow. Not those who like all day on the couch with the beer, or they don't really do a self work. I mean, say no to these people, choose you, period. So protect, therefore, like surround yourself with supportive people who elevate you, like I said. Then protect your time, which I already touched multiple times in this video. Time is a valuable asset in New York. We say time is money. And say no helps you guard your time and invest it in self-improvement, and invest it in self-improvement activities like learning new skills, working out, or building your brand. All right, so yeah, this is pretty much self-explanatory. Practical tips for learning to say no. These are my tips for you ladies. Know your priorities. Get clear on what's important to you, so you can confidently say no to things that don't align with your goals. So it's important to actually do a self check and a self work on, you know, analyze really what's important to you and your life, so that then you have a clear idea on what you want to say yes to, and when you want, and what you want to say no to. Mm, so practice assertiveness. You can practice in front of the mirror if you want to, if you are scared. Like I believe at first when I was like really, really scared to say no, that people would judge me, or that my friends will not like me anymore, which is stupid in a sense, because if they don't like you anymore, that means they're not friends, okay? Same with men. If you say no and a man turns, that means that man didn't love you any, like it didn't really love you, it never loved you, matter of fact. So practicing assertiveness can be uncomfortable at first, as it was for me, but practice make perfect. So start small by declining minor requests that don't serve you. So you can start with strangers, for example, and then move on to bigger fishes, and move on to friends or people or job even. So use alternatives, provide what to ways sorry, provide ways to say no while still being polite. Like, thank you, but I'm focusing on something else right now. Or, no thanks, but appreciate it. Something nice. Not have to be rude necessarily. So, my conclusion here would be that the empowerment through no, it's it's amazing because your life will change for the best. You start to prioritize yourself. By the way, you guys, likes, spam those likes. I see you watching. Spam those likes if you like the topic. So yeah, say no is, like I said, is it's one of the most powerful tools that women have. And again, not just because we were taught to always be nice. Um, we need to be also yes man, yes ma'am type of women. Okay. Also, you're more attractive when you say no, because that shows you have a personality, you have an edge to you. You're not some, like, literally you are a prey for narcissist. No, oh my god, I can't speak today. Narcissistic people and psychopaths and toxic abusers, when predators basically. If you're nice, for example, like, especially happens to younger, like really young teenagers, or like even early 20s, or you know they're really nice unless they're brats, but most of the time they're really nice with adults. And that's why some of these men, they prey on those young women because they can't say no, because they don't know how to handle an adult the same way. So most of them groom those women. So it's important to also teach your kids to say no, to have boundaries, because I'm telling you, there are predators out there. P file about that. Mm. So, yes. Conclusion is, like, my conclusion to this is, I just wanna you to reflect on these things, you know, do the homework, and yeah, I think we're done. So yeah, it was, it's just like it's good to say no, because that makes you automatically level up. And um, just by deciding, making decisions on what's best for you and what to focus on. All right, so I hope this video helped. And you ladies dropping this, I hope this video helped. I encourage you to subscribe if you liked it. If you are a returning subscriber, again, thank you. Spam the like button, and also make sure you comment down below. Leave me your opinion. I want to see first before I leave, because today is not going to be a long video. Is also already 38 minutes though, but I have to go somewhere. So let me see some of your comments. John, oh, sorry to hear that, John. You can always find a better spouse, but foreigners, no marriage and love. Wait, okay, so you guys having a conversation between you. So, when is it appropriate to ask? Melissa is asking, when is it appropriate to ask a man to help you financially? Okay, so first of all, you should first pick the right man. It's not just one thing, okay? You should drop clues from the beginning that you are someone who is old fashioned and you like to have financially, I say generous. No, don't say that. Financially masculine, stable, a financially stable man who is masculine and is old fashioned, and he's also you know, someone you can rely on, and you're looking for someone who's a rock. And then he get the message because they're not stupid, okay? And then you don't really ask directly to help you financially, but you usually just, if you have an issue, you just come up with the issue, and it should be able to help you with that. If it doesn't feel like it should, and you're sleeping with him, first of all, don't sleep with him. But it should come from a man to wanting to help, you know, a woman. um I don't recommend not to have anything going on for yourself. Most men like to invest in someone who has, either is working on her degree, or is starting a business, or has a passion. So they will likely support a woman who has something going on for themselves. So find a passion, and then I'll say come up with some sort of like, I'd even want to say an excuse, because this might be the truth. Like, as a woman, it's important that your man supports you financially, and that you shouldn't pay for anything. So if you, for example, are dating, at the beginning, I'll say like, don't say anything first 2 3 dates, and then say on the second or third date, depending, you have to feel the energy, you know, like depending on the subject. But I will say something like, you know, by the way, now that we're getting to know each other a bit better, you know, I just want to know, like, what kind of man are you? Because I'm also I believe in the feminine uh, standards. Like, I'm a feminine woman. I like to a man who is a gentleman. And, you know, right now I have a business that I'm starting, and it's important that my man supports me, period. And then wait and see what he says. And there's nothing wrong with that, because um, if, of course, you can't pick someone who doesn't have money, that doesn't have a career or anything, and then, or if, even if it's someone with a career, maybe struggling at the moment and cannot spend, like, has to be someone who that those money don't really make a difference, if that makes sense, in his wallet. And he will be happy to make your life easier, because again, as a feminine woman, we don't want to go and break our backs like working 9 to 5. We already have a lot going on, okay, period. And again, this is to say, I never said women shouldn't have a passion or shouldn't do anything. But it could be hard, you know, if we were built like men. And if we were like built to work that much, we're like built like men, okay? And you can work from home, and you can do things from home, be creative without the financial pressure, and still do things, okay? And this being said, oh, I love the sunshine. It's illuminating me. Ascending to heaven. But yeah, so again, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope I clarified, Melissa, your question. Oh, hold on, I can't even see you guys. Live chat. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. Love you. Mwah.